like when I said earlier, do you understand when I was explaining the fundamentals? Are you understanding how that impacts it? Like, for example, his tariff, stuff like that, when he basically imposes a tariff on some country.
Yeah, I get that. But I thought you were asking me something else. I thought you were asking me something else. I understand how him talking and stuff would obviously
Mhm.
make the market go all skew. Uh, what's that one?
For example, is there any news on today? We had FOMC yesterday, as I said, and usually the run up to FOMC on that week, the Monday, Tuesday, is usually a little bit choppy. What day we on Thursday? News at
Uh,
1:30 today, unemployment and the dollar. That should have some sort of impact.
aye,
So, for example, there's a red folder at that time. It's good it's before New York session, to be honest, because you want to find a fresh trade come New York anyway, fresh setup.
aye,
What that might give you that might give you the sweep up to take all this liquidity here up to premium and then down, that type of news. Or it might just be mega positive for the dollar and it comes down because it's unemployment and I think that'll be positive because Trump's created lots of jobs and stuff. Look at fucking people are investing trillions in America now, like the UAE and stuff. So that's again fundamentals. That's positive for America, the dollar, certainty. So, and
aye.
if that's unemployment news today, then that's really should be positive, which could just bring gold down.
Yep.
So that's some fundamental analysis where we've already topped premium, hit tested premium. Here was your ascending structure we were bouncing up from, and now we've broken down. So we've broken the uptrend, and we're seen to be forming a downtrend. There's your bearish impulse, your flagpole, and then there's your bearish flag. So that bearish structure that's given us sell order blocks. So it could drop from here because that was your support, which is now potentially a resistance. Could be a bit of a retail zone though, because as I said, that kind of news, if we see a spike, that kind of news would most probably stop people out from here. I do have a trade on from here, very low risk, so I'm not really giving a fuck. Um, if it broken above that zone, I'd just be getting out and looking to re-enter, potentially here or even higher, just see how it reacts to it first. Um, Even if it spikes to here on the news, I'd probably still wait because I'd like to see the New York Open. They might want to drive it higher, you know. So I'd be waiting to see how it reacted properly first at that zone.
Yep.
I don't care if I could. You get out of our heads that thinking, oh, I could get a zero drawdown entry. Fuck off. I could put a whole account on this and make money. Fuck off. Like no, it's
Aye.
not how to think. It's not how to trade. Risk
Yeah.
management at all times doesn't matter how good the setup, how good the entry you think you're getting. You know, even if it spikes all the way to there, you think you're getting a zero drawdown entry. What if it does another further stop loss onto that zone? You know what I mean? And
Aye.
you've waited all that time to just blow your account. Nah. And gold will do that to you in seconds.
Yep.
Uh, so that's kind of like the couple of scenarios that could happen for today. Then, like
Yeah.
fundamentally, technically. Also, I sent out the DXY yesterday, which was looking potential bullish. Yeah. So we've got a potential. daily double bottom here. So weekly soon.
Oof.
Looks a little bit iffy the fact that it broken below that support, but I see it at least coming up to retest these lows here, at least, which would give us fair drop on gold.
You saying that looks iffy?
Yeah, because you had that zone there, support, which it was supporting off for time, then it's broken below. This is the dollar. Kind of looks like maybe a retest here to drop.
Yeah.
uh, and then again, if you look on the monthly, which is about to close in a couple of days, it also looks like there's your break of a descending structure, which has ended up
Aye.
forming a big bullish flag. Now, this has dropped due to tariffs, the last couple of few months. Now he's got his big investments, trade deals are happening. It should really send the dollar to the moon, to be honest.
Aye.
Um, so technically on the monthly, it's actually looking really, really nice. As your overall in an uptrend. Look at that, bouncing, there's your uptrend, there's your bullish structure. No reason that
Aye.
that should be coming down to here, like fundamentally as well and technically. So even if it doesn't shoot all the way up here, it should still come up to the top of this flag area here. So if that happens, gold should be coming down. Just probably waiting on this news today, 1:30, before makes it next proper move. Coming down to retest previous highs at the moment. If it breaks below, then we'll see that area tested again. But as it stands, it's just coming down to retest previous highs. A bit like the markup. There's a break, test, and continue up. GBP USD is the only forex pair I'll be looking at. Shilkins is going to be our man for he's the way I'm trying to master gold, he's going to be trying to master GBP USD. Like we know how fun
Aye.
to trade, but we're just really trying to master it so that it comes to a stage we can all start upping the risk because we're using fucking 10 pip stop losses on it. You know, if
Yeah.
you're consistently trading, winning, and with a 10 pip stop loss, fucking hell, you can do big fucking risk on that. You know, like because you've got such a tight stop loss. But when you're
Aye.
making 100 pip stop losses on gold, you're not really wanting to be doing big risk, are you? So, but I feel like another month trading gold, the more I'm trading it, the tighter stop losses I'm getting. And you know, it'll be starting off at like 100 pip plus stop losses to just let it breathe. But now it's kind of going down to like 70, 50 pip stop losses, which I'm preferring. So I feel like
So
up in the
see
risk.
this right. See if you can take that to the daily time frame. Just kind of see what we're talking about.
So the G on
So,
the daily,
well, is there no see if you properly zoom it out a little bit? What am I looking here?
fuck all that anyway, right? Because they see all
Aye.
this different market, like different, like it's totally different market. Right now we're in Trump market, so we'll look at this.
Oh, no. Aye.
So you can see it's broken the high, right? But look what happened here. Look what happened here when it broke the high. Head and shoulders, come back down, right?
Yeah.
So as it stands, it kind of looks like a break and retest of previous highs, as it stands. But that daily candle has to close. So this news could come out today, boom, head and shoulders probably forming in it. Um, I go to the 2 hour with there's your accumulation, there's your manipulation, there's your potential distribution. So what are we waiting
Yeah.
on now? The right shoulder, the flag, the double bottom, your three concepts. That's
Yeah.
right. But the news coming, I wouldn't take it. I'd be waiting on that
Yes.
news because if I just remove all of that, right, and really look at price action I come down because we don't enter on the end time frames, we just look at them for potential direction. But if you look at just pure price action on it, this is your downtrend. Here's like a bearish impulse. Here's a resistance point. I'll drag a zone there. So where that's a price action retest potentially to continue this downtrend, right? And look, there's your shoulder, there's your head. This could be doing your right shoulder here.
Yeah.
So again, this is why I'd be again waiting on that news to like. It looks like a sell when you look at it like that, but the analysis I had before looked like a buy. So you either go with what looks like the high probability, or just wait on the market making its move, and then if that's going to continue a downtrend, find an entry later on, or tomorrow. Same way if it's going to be a buy, rather than trading impulsively and trying to trade on the news, which yeah, you can get away with it, but if you're just trying to aim to be more consistent and not trade within the noise, which
Yeah.
I advise. It becomes more gambling when there's red
Aye.
folios on, you know,
Yeah.
because it's 50-50 at this point. It could break that zone, test off, or just drop. It's really 50-50 at this point when there's the news is upcoming.
Uh-huh.
You could be right, but still be wrong. It's like, get
Aye,
stopped
I
out.
get that.
Just be spreads, for example, and then it hits your target, and you're like, fuck. If you are going to trade news, you want to wait on the release. If it does spike, and you use risk management, tight SL from where the spike is. That's the only
Yeah.
way to trade news, rather because then you're waiting on the market reacting rather than reacting before the news.
Yeah.
You're removing part of the risk.
Okay.
Mm.
People is an important signal of the overall economic, as consumer spending has.
Well, if you look at GU, we come right down the time frame where you would be looking on anyway to find your entry. So if it hadn't been for the news, well, to be honest, I think by the time the news comes out, if it does something like it's starting to form reversal structure now, right? We want to see it break out away from that structure. Then it's telling us like, yeah, it's coming down. So say it's down here or something like that, and then 130 comes, and then it spikes it to there. Then you could get in there with a stop loss just like above here.
Right. Aye.
That would put my down.
Oh.
In man. uh, that's the way I'd approach that. Yeah, you could have your kind of first entry around here, like but